Hello everyone and welcome back to the Crypto Moses channel. Today's video is going to be a little special because we're going to go over Pepe 2.0 and just kind of give you guys my opinion and understanding of what it looks like, the chart, and on top of that, kind of how to read DEX tools, right? Because I feel like a lot of people have been asking and it's pretty critical to kind of give you guys an understanding of what I try to do when I'm looking at these tokens. So first and most important thing for me is looking at that liquidity. We need to understand what the liquidity is, and liquidity is really, really important. It's also important to know if it's locked or not, right? If it's unlocked, good, it's a little scary. But this one says it's locked here thanks to DEX tools updates. But basically, liquidity is how much money is in the pool to be able to sell and buy the token. So if liquidity gets pulled, if let's say somebody sells 500K worth and has to pull out of that liquidity, we're literally looking at the token dropping roughly about 50%, right? So that's just something to think about when you're looking at a lot of these degen tokens. Second thing I'll try to go to, well, a lot of people look at the 24-hour volume. I don't see too much value in that unless, like, I'm trading big numbers. But if I'm like day quick trading, 24-hour volume for some of these is not critical for me to make a buying decision. So it's not that important in these. Here's the thing. This is great, like when I'm working on bots and bots and things like that. That makes sense. This is critical because the more movement there is, the more transactions on the books. The more transaction on the books, the more bots can make money. But for me, when I'm like playing some of these plays myself here, I don't tend to do that. If I'm using bots, I'll focus on that. This is important to think about. But then the next thing for me, very, very, very critical, is the total market cap. If you don't track that number when you are in and out of a play, you're kind of playing it wrong and you are causing yourself a headache and a problem. So the reason the market cap is critical, because that's how you understand your multiple. So a lot of times my favorite market cap to get into is anything under 3 mil. I have my little like playbook, and 3 mil and under tends to go really, really well, or at least gives me the most opportunity. And I'm always only playing things that I'm willing to lose. And I do lose a lot, but then I gain a lot doing it this way because I'm in a lot more plays and taking a lot more probability risks, right? If you're in a casino and you could play every game, and I mean, a casino is a really bad example because then there is no like hype. There's no other options with it because that's just all straight probability. And here, if you could be in a lot more opportunity plays, you have a lot more chance of actually succeeding, right? So market cap, best way to explain that here quick is, okay, so if you get in at $1 million with $100 and it gets to 10 million, then now you have $1,000. It just 10x. So think of it that way. Right now, if we look at Pepe 2.0 here, we're at 26 million. When it got to here, it was roughly about 50 million, and you could kind of see that, yeah, roughly 50% drop. So that was that high market cap. The question is, do we think it's going to get back to that level? I don't know. I think it's dying. And the reason I would say that is because a lot of these tokens, it's hard to hit that secondary number once it's already done it, unless there's already a lot of like value on the back end that they're building and they're able to sell. But in this one, it's a little bit more difficult. So for me, I'm not getting back in. Biggest reason is the market cap's already too high, right? It's good liquidity. It's got good supply, good token, but at the end of the day, I don't think that we're going to get that many more holders to it, right? Unless some big catalyst event happens. But I see the probability of that very, very low. A big thing, too, I really like to do the Elliott wave counts. I think they're pretty freaking critical. They work well in the meme market. Usually you want to start here, but this one was a little offset, so I'm going to do it here. 1, we've got the 2, we've got the 3, a little bit beat it there, and then the 5. Problem, a lot of people will tell you that this is actually a bad 5-wave count, and it really is on a lot of these meme tokens. It's a little bit harder sometimes on the 5-wave counts, but the 5th is never supposed to have doubled the 3rd, so that's one catch. We technically could maybe do it this way, right, but still not perfect. And one more thing, if we do not surpass this right here, I do not think it's going to try to get to these all-time highs. If it surpasses this number, we have a higher probability of getting there. But to get from there to where we are right now, from here to where that is right there, it's 50%. So not too much of a gain. If you would have gotten back in on that low, which would have been tough, the only way you could have guessed that, in my opinion, would have been this double bottom. You got this one here, you got this one here. It had made a higher high, right? So low. Then, a higher low. With that being done, we know that the trend had changed. And with these meme tokens, I mean, look at this, you guys. From yesterday, if you had entered there, you're looking at a 250% gain in under 2 full days. Right? Let's even just say you had entered here because you saw another confirmation on the trend. You're looking at a 100% gain. 5K would have been 10K. Right? 10K would have been 20K. 20K would have been 40K, and 50K would have become 100K in a day and a half on this basics. Here to here, it would have done it in a day, right? So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about these tokens. There's a lot of risk, but there's also a lot of opportunity. And that's why they're so valuable and so many people freaking love them. And one more thing, when you're looking through this, always do look through their little security thing. It's critical to understand. This is the only vulnerability that they see right here. But at the end of the day, it's still critical to look through this and make sure that you're not getting a bunch of no's and problems. I also really always double check the buy and sell tax. Don't get screwed on that. You don't need to be trading and then just paying them to let you trade. That just screws you over and that ruins your profitability or probability of getting profit. Big thing too, I like to look through and see what bots are currently running on it, and you can kind of see, there's our boy Jared from Subway's bot. Yep, of course, just chilling, right, doing his thing. So I hope that kind of helped you guys. My end catalyst to say, I'm not getting back in. I do not know if it's going to hit that all-time high. If it does, I'll enter here and see if it rides to the top. If it doesn't, I'll play this one out and see what comes next. I really hope this helped you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. I really am trying to give you guys more knowledge on some of these meme tokens and kind of give you a little bit better understanding of DeFi. Don't hesitate to ask what else you want to learn on there. Thank you so much for watching the Crypto Moses channel, and have a good one.